What's up, everybody? We're hanging out with the cows today. I thought it'd be a good time to talk about buying quarters and halves of cows, and it might be a good time for you to invest in a quarter and a half, or a half, or a whole cow. Get to know a farmer. Go make relationships with these people. Understand why they have the cows that they have. Angus has been pushed and advertised and promoted so much. Everybody wants Angus. And we've had Angus. I grew up with Angus cows. And they don't do as good on grass. They don't get the fat. They almost they've been bred to receive grain. And, these are white-faced Herefords. And they do amazing on grass. I also have somewhere in here is a belted Galloway, which has a belt on him, right over here. He has a white belt. That one, this one here came out of was his calf out of a brown cow. So she's got a cute little face on her. Half of it's white, half of it's black. But that's, we're trying to stick with the white-faced Herefords. We got the belted Galloway as a new bull. He started here as a little calf, and now he's going to be the main bull. And so we'll get some kind of mixed colors, but these guys do amazing on grass. And so learn the farmer and learn how they do their things. Like, don't just call up the farmer and be like, hey, I want a quarter cow or half cow, because that'll leave a bad taste in your mouth. If they're doing dairy cows, or if they're doing, other cows that aren't great and they're more bony. These guys, we have a good mixture of, they just fill out a lot better. They're an older breed and they do really well on grass. So right now, like I said in the last video, I'm building the corral so I can catch them and sort them and sell calves and castrate them more and, tag them, because we're getting to a point where I can't keep track of them anymore. We don't name them, but I know kind of who's who and who goes with who. But it's getting to a point where I do about 40 cows now and I can't keep track anymore. So we're going to start tagging. But anyway, get to learn about farms and how they do their thing. Are they grain finishing? Are they grass fed, grass finished? Are they, grain finished? Are they grained all the way through? Just figure it out. And we're going to start feeding molasses. And I'm going to do a whole video on that or two. Not a lot of people do that. And it'll add nice fat to them for the winter, especially if we have a little bit of bad hay. But you don't mix it in with your hay. You give it to them free choice. It's a liquid. And up here we can get it. It's kind of made up here. It's in a lot of our feeds. Like guys that grain feed and dairies, they put it in with their feed. But I'm going to do a whole thing on that and teach you guys that. But I'm excited for that. It'll add another layer of fat and it'll give it a little bit different flavor, kind of. Not really, but a little, it basically adds more fat. So with that, when you buy a half or a quarter cow, like, it goes off of the hanging weight. So, like, you say you wanted a half a cow. You call me up. Hey, how do you raise your cows? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, everything sounds good. Can we try a little bit? Sure, come to our store. I'll give you a little sample pack, and we'll try it. Okay, I get a phone call back. All right, we're going to go ahead and do it. So I give your number to the butcher. Then we send them to the butcher, and they're hung up in their cooler, and then they get a weight. That weight is called the hanging weight. There's no, like, the insides are out of it. It's just the carcass of the animal. I get the weight back. Okay, say it's 600 pounds. I get the hanging weight. You're gonna pay. We charge $4.25 a pound. You know, I try to keep it affordable so working families can afford it. We don't price gouge. God gives me good grass, and you know, all my infrastructure's in. So like, why do I have to be at $6 a pound just to whatever? So so that's the price you pay for your hanging weight. So say you get half of that. So 300 pounds, you get a half a cow. You'll get ground beef, your steaks like T-bones and porterhouse, and you get it cut however you want, roast. So with that price, you're gonna average. You're gonna lose some of that. You're gonna lose about 40% of that to waste. So you get about 60 to 65% edibles out of that. So okay. So then you think, well, okay, I'm paying a lot more for ground beef. Yes, that's true. But you're paying a lot less for your really good cuts, your high-end cuts that are, you know, 15 to 22, 25 bucks a pound, and your ground beef's $5 a pound or $6 a pound. Like, you average that all out, you're at about 7 or 8, $9 a pound across the board. So yes, you're paying for your cheaper cuts in the store will be higher, but your more expensive stuff will be lower. So it all evens out. And then you have that, say a family of 4 and you bought a half a cow, that would last you all year because you figure you eat chicken in there, you maybe hot dogs, you go out to eat once in a while, you know, maybe you throw some pork in there, you know, whatever, you're eating other things other than beef. So that should last you, a family of 4 or 5, it should last you about a year. So I hope that's helpful. I hope you got something out of this. You know, like I always say, get to know a farmer, learn about it, and I will talk to you on the next one.